Maybe we could play a Drew Gooden video that I haven't seen before.
Channel that is neither music or television. Coming up next, we've got a 6-hour marathon of Teen Grandma, but first, a brand new episode of White Guy Complaining.
Oh my god, he's a funny white guy.
So the Golden Globes were last week.
Just like the other two funny white guys I know.
I'm having a rough time because none of my favorite shows were nominated. Yeah, The Queen's Gambit was very good, but Ridiculousness is on its 20th season, and they've never won anything. And then I was gonna make a joke about a different MTV show, but Ridiculousness is the only thing that ever plays on that channel, so that's all I got. Apparently the only way to watch other MTV shows is on YouTube or Snapchat, because that's where I found out about my new favorite show, Ghosted.
That's really cool.
If you haven't seen it yet, it's very much in the same vein as Catfish, except with sort of the inverse premise. So rather than people confronting someone they've talked to online but never met, it's people who have dated until one of them inexplicably up and left, and the other one wants to know why. But it's a very similar show, which is good because Catfish is pretty entertaining, even though every episode is kind of exactly the same.
Alright, so I've been talking to this girl online for going on 9 years now, and I'm starting to get a little suspicious. Every time I ask her to do a video call, she'll say that her internet's not working, even if she's out of the house. Or she'll say that her phone always catches on fire when she FaceTimes and she doesn't want to burn her hands again, which I understand.
What does she look like? Is she pretty?
Oh my god, most gorgeous girl I've ever seen. She has this beautiful, long, blonde, short black hair. Sometimes her eyes
Show me what you look
green,
like. I
sometimes they're brown.
want to know
It's
what you
she's
look
four
like.
different girls, and the fact
she
that
was
I get
fat
to
as
date all
fuck.
of them makes me
Clint
the
Stevens,
luckiest guy in the world.
2017.
Did you notice all these pictures have watermarks on them?
Yeah,
whatever year.
I did see that. I think it's you know how when you get professional photography done, they'll send you like sample photos before you pay the full amount? I think she's just smart with her money and never pays full price for pictures. And if I'm being honest, that's the kind of financial responsibility I need in my life right now, because I have a crippling furniture addiction.
Yeah, you do have a lot of chairs in here, I noticed. Hey, so you said you were getting suspicious. Is there any particular reason why?
No, not really. Okay, well, I guess she has been doing this weird prank lately where she'll text me like, hey, I'm so sorry, I have to come clean, I can't believe I lied to you for 9 years. I'm actually a little boy named Fred, and I wanted to stop, but you're just so gullible, I couldn't find a way to. I don't really get what the joke is, but she's so funny. She actually sent me some of her stand-up last month.
You know what your breath smells like?
That's Jeff Dunham.
No. She's the puppet.
The other thing that Ghosted is really similar to is that radio show that Danny made a video about. The one where people call in like, I had a great time with this girl, but then I never heard from her again. I don't know what happened. And then they track down the girl and she's like, yeah, you literally shot me with a gun that night. Of course I'm not gonna call you back. And he's like, man, nice guys really do finish last. So now that I've spent 1 hour setting it up, let me just show you some clips from the show.
On this episode of Ghosted, Love Going Missing, Travis and Rachel are helping Ross figure out why his girlfriend of 6 months
I laughed,
up and left.
contracted my stomach, and sure
No
hurting, but
warning.
I'm okay
That's an
now.
important detail to remember for later. He was totally blindsided by this, has no idea why she would leave.
You met at this event, Tinderella. What is that?
It's a millennial dating game. They put all of our profiles on the projector. It was like me, this other nondescript dude, and then a really hot guy. So, you know, she picked him. His name's Brian. I didn't get a chance to get her number. We did lock eyes, so I said, like, in my head, like, I'm not giving up.
Did you see how quickly his face shifted in, like, the creepiest way?
I did get in touch with
14,391,813 gifted a tier 1 sub to C28133080004. They have given 242 gift subs in the channel.
I mean, you know, people are entitled to their sexual proclivities, you know. I mean, let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom as far as I'm concerned, you know. But I ain't spending any time on it because in the meantime, every 3 months, a person is torn to pieces by a crocodile in North Queensland.
So the guy who runs Tinderella and has the email list. So yeah, I got her an email.
Oh God, dude, that is so, don't do that. Don't. There was a guy that delivered food to my friend on DoorDash and then found her on Facebook and tried to talk to her. It is fucking, dude, no. Or like, I've seen so many texts where people when they like screenshotted it. Maybe some of them are fake, but I can totally see it happening too. It's like someone texts this girl from school, class, or whatever, and then she texts back like, "Wait, who are you?" And then he goes, "Oh, it's X from this class." And then she would say, "Oh, I don't ever remember giving you my number." And then he would say, "Oh, I got it off of mutual friend." But then sometimes, or I was gonna say, like, sometimes maybe the mutual friend didn't even know that they were a creep. They could have lied and been like, "Oh, I'm working with this person on a project. Could you give me their number?" And then maybe they just didn't suss them out and then just give it. So it's not always like a malicious thing, but yeah, people do be creepy.
Hey, Jordan, I don't know if you remember
Be careful
me,
out
but
there.
do you think that we could go get coffee?
Hey, Jordan, I'm the guy who looked at you. Remember that? I remember that. I'll never forget it. Hey, why did you pick Brian? Is it because he's hot? I don't think he's that hot. I only said that for TV. Will you get coffee with me? I need to look at you again. I'm free every day at 3 a.m. Please respond right now.
Her response was yes.
Things seem to be going well.
Oh,
but
okay.
Ross kept a big part of his life from Jordan.
Did she ever go to one of your stand-up shows?
No.
She's never been to one of your stand-up shows.
Because it's kind of like emasculating when you bomb.
That's another detail to remember. She never saw his stand-up, but according to him, it was because he was embarrassed, not for any other reason.
Jordan is actually openly bisexual, and I'm kind of just half a virgin still. I'm just like kind of plain.
He's half a virgin?
It's that thing that I saw that I didn't know existed. It's like the thing Mormons do when they go soaking. I think it's called soaking, where a girl and a guy will basically get in the dry humping position with their clothes on, with their crotches touching, and then someone has to jump on the bed so that the turbulence moves them into dry humping, because they can't actually dry hump themselves. They would go to hell for that. But if someone's jumping on the bed for them, with the coming in with the assist, then it's fine.
Which half?
No one really called me daddy.
Don't worry about it, Drew.
Daddy?
She did, yeah.
How did she respond to that?
I said, yeah, I'm your daddy.
Yeah, you're my daughter. I had sex with your mom last night. Oh, shit. Things were going great, but then out of nowhere, she ghosted him.
Oh, soaking is insertion but no movement. Maybe I'm thinking of a different term. Maybe it's not soaking, but it's also a strat.
That's what the show's about.
Then I looked on her social media. I realized she blocked me.
I love the way this clip is randomly edited.
I'm ready. I'm ready as I'm gonna be.
All right.
I might puke, but I'm ready.
Don't do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was totally gonna barf if you didn't tell me not to.
Like, in the past 9 months, I can't find somebody who measures up to her.
Wait, 9 months? They only dated for 6. You gotta let this go, man. More time has passed since the relationship than the length of the relationship. It's time to move on. I think that's what's weird about a lot of these episodes, is that at this point, the people who've been ghosted are essentially stalking their ex, but they've hit a dead end, so the MTV crew comes in to be like, hey, we can help with that. We have a team of world-class detectives, and we're gonna track down the person who's made it clear they want nothing to do with you, so we can force them to tell us why they want nothing to do with you.
Ross gave us Jordan's cell phone number and social media handles. Even though he's blocked from contacting her, we're not.
Technically, anyone that's not Ross can contact her. Here's her phone number. You can call her if you want. We're not gonna stop you.
Please record your message.
Oh, straight to voicemail. Which is weird, because I always pick up when an unknown number calls me. Since that was a dead end, they start stalking her Facebook, and they get in contact with their old friend Holly, who spills some beans.
So you've known her while she dated Ross?
Who's Ross?
Wow.
You've never heard of a Ross. You mentioned a McKenna. Who's McKenna?
It was the girl that Jordan was seeing for a little bit.
Wow.
So then after reaching out to all of the people in her life, Jordan finally answers the phone when they call, and she sounds so uncomfortable.
I had a really good reason for ghosting him, so that's really all I have to say about
Look,
that.
you don't need to tell us. That can be totally between you two. We just want to know if you're open to sitting down with him.
Ross has kind of been left in the dark. It's been
Okay, fine.
Oh my god. Leave this poor girl
6
alone.
months
It's
down
been
home.
9 months. She's dating someone else.
I mean, Travis and Rachel for the win. Let's go.
I mean, surely this is recorded, and then they asked her for permission to use these clips, right? And that she's okay, and she consented to them televising it.
She sounds traumatized.
Ross wouldn't take no for an answer, so neither would we. Now, you can find pretty long clips from these shows on YouTube, but I realized that the full episodes are like 3 times as long. There's entire subplots they cut out. For one, apparently they went to talk to the guy who put together the Tinderella event, and he reveals that he hooked up with Jordan that night.
I took her home, actually.
Thank you so much.
How did they
Which,
always
as we
find
know,
these
based on
people?
their timeline, was 2 weeks before Ross and her started dating. So I don't know why he gets so upset by that.
And he took her home.
So I guess she wasn't half a virgin. Anyway, now it's time for the big, totally not awkward confrontation. I love the juxtaposition between these over-the-top action movie sound effects and his squeaky little voice.
Okay, Jordan, I love you. In my heart, I still feel for you, obviously. But then, like, I hear that you're in another relationship already with a girl named McKenna. And then I heard you have another friend named Holly.
And then I found out that you have a dog named Whiskers, and he told me you have a job at Staples?
I told you about my dad, and you knew about all of that stuff, that he wasn't in my life, that he walked out when I was 4. I don't really like talking about that. It really is hard for me.
That's why I came on the show, to tell everyone in the world about it.
The real reason I ghosted you was because
You're my dad?
the stuff you were saying about me was honestly so disrespectful.
Oh.
What?
I have never said anything. This is my first time talking.
Are you kidding me?
Why would you ever think that?
I mean, I have proof, so...
What do you mean you have proof?
You wouldn't show me any of your comedy stuff at all. So I found out about one of your shows, and I snuck in. The stuff you were saying about me was so just not okay at all.
I might have like a few jokes about you, but I never put your personal life on blast or anything like that. Like.
Can I please show him the video?
Yeah, you can show. Yeah, we're gonna come over there. We want to watch it as well.
I don't even think he's ugly. I don't think he's
We're gonna
ugly.
come to grab the camera.
I think his face is, he has good bone structure, but his haircut, he could have a better haircut.
71, like 69 with 2 fingers. She's gonna be the branch manager of my spank bank forever.
It's definitely not fake.
She calls me daddy. It's like, that's a lot of responsibility. I mean, I'm gonna wear my jean shorts, but
They almost, it's not fake.
I really want. Like, thank you for teaching me all these things.
Oh my god. His face. His face while they're watching this.
So I've been dating this girl lately, man, and she is stinky. Her teeth stink, and her hair stinks, and her face stinks, her feet stink, and her mouth stinks, and her apartment stinks.
We're just here to
and her
watch
car
Drew.
Stinks, and her family stinks.
With all that that you're saying about me comes from all this deep baggage that I have to live with. And yeah, you can just make jokes about it, but I don't get to do that. You were making jokes about how our sex life is really crazy and I'm really experienced.
Oh my god, it's a joke though.
No, stop. You're making it worse, dude.
This is it. This is why the past 9 months I've been sitting like racking my brain wondering what am I missing? Am I an idiot? And it's about this, my stand up.
Sorry. Babe, it's okay. Brian can't hurt you anymore. Wait, are you crying about me?
I wanna give her a hug right now.
I wanna, lose the other half of my virginity right now. Would that be okay?
So I guess this thing kind of backfired, huh?
How you feel?
Strange. It's not what I expected. I don't know what I want.
I don't know. It's like, if a girl can't support my comedy career that I hid from her because I was using her personal life to come up with all my jokes, what's even the point of having a girlfriend?
Here, we can walk just away from the camera a little bit. Just give you a second.
Hey, come on, let's move away from the cameras. We can go up there and stand in front of some different cameras.
And that you love me and all this stuff one day, and then the next day you're making jokes about really intimate details of our sex life.
They're like
so it's just, but
Wait, there's
overacting.
What?
I mean, I still love him.
She does?
And you could have her.
He can?
She loves me, and I love her.
Why?
Will they make up?
They might make up? I swear to God, if they end up back together.
I just wish you'd asked me first before doing that. That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of all he had to do was be like, hey, can I say these jokes? Oh, you don't want me to? That's fine. So this is where the show really goes from dumb to stupid. It starts off as this somewhat interesting, although super invasive investigation, and then slowly turns into this fucking game show where they're sitting in this black and white studio and then they text each other one last time to let them know if they're in or out.
Ross, what was your decision?
I decided to ghost.
Oh. That's a surprise.
After hearing the reason why you ghosted me, kind of changed the way I felt for the past 9 months. Like I said, I'm sorry for what I did, but I thought that we had a pretty open line of communication. I would rather have a relationship where if I do mess up like that, we could talk about it.
Wait, not to take this show too seriously or anything, but wouldn't a good line of communication include him telling her about the jokes in the first place? Yes, it's true. I cheated on you upwards of 40 times. But when you found out about it, you just left. You didn't even talk to me first? You're not very good at relationships, are you?
Jordan, what did you decide?
I decided to ghost.
Jordan, can you please explain your decision?
No. At the very end of the show, they call them a few months later to check in on them and see how they're doing.
That whole thing just made me realize that I just need to make sure I can trust the person I'm with before disclosing all that personal stuff.
What else did you learn from that experience?
Yeah, was there anything else that maybe we taught you, or?
Ghosting is probably not the best way.
There we go, there we go.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think you learned your lesson.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, one and done.
That's good to hear, because if you do try to ghost someone again, we will track you down and make you talk to them. We'll call everyone you've ever known to get your phone number if that's what we have to do. And then we'll sit you down in a warehouse and not let you leave until you're done crying. And there's nothing weird about that. This is not.
They should hire MTV to catch Tupac.
And that's definitely the best one to go in depth on. I will say though, one of the recent episodes was pretty good too. So in this one, she explains how she moved in to this like meditation house with 50 people, and then invited her girlfriend to live there too. But things went south.
And then I ended up
Tupac?
moving in there. Ree shows up. Perfect. Now I have a sister to share all of this with. I went to her room and all her stuff was gone. Her bedroom was wiped clean. I've called her, I've texted her.
Was this
reached out
real?
on social media. No
Yes.
response.
Yeah, if I had to guess, and I'm just speculating here, it might be because you joined a cult.
Oh no, not
And
the
then when
Asian
she
sex
realized
cult.
that, she was like, bye. So that's MTV's Ghosted in a nutshell. Would I recommend it? No, not at all. But if you do want to give it a shot, just be prepared to go into it with this mindset.
I might puke, but I'm ready.
As a callback from earlier. Now that I have your attention, let's hear a word from today's sponsor, HelloFresh.
Hi, I'm world-renowned semi-amateur.
Teach chat how to poop.